Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Thomas Jefferson said, "If you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done." Benjamin Franklin said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Basically, get off your duff, get to working, you've got dreams, you've got goals, you've got to do what it takes to get them. Like, subscribe, comment, show what your opinion is. Let me know if you like what you've seen. And I thank you for your support. If you want to contact me, or if you want to help me out via Patreon, it's all in my link tree down below. Also, the articles that I will reference in this video will all be in my Substack link underneath the Linktree link. So you can fact check me. I'm doing a lot of fact checking myself right now. What we're going to do is cover the funding issues. And there's a lot of headaches when looking this stuff up because ain't nobody telling the whole story. And trying to find information online is a pain in the rear end because they don't want to have you actually see what's going on. So, we're going to cover all of it. I will tell you this much. Whoever does the press releases for FEMA, they need to be taken out behind a woodshed and beaten. They're idiots. Actually, they don't need to be taken out behind the woodshed. They just need to be fired. This person is a complete idiot. If it's a team, you're all complete idiots. You keep posting press releases. One of the confusions that's going on, they keep posting different press releases on how much has currently been spent by FEMA on Helene relief. I guess because they panicked when all the videos started coming out. So they're making themselves look worse by this slapdash BS that they are doing. If you are a FEMA person listening to me, get your head out your rear end and start realizing that you need to have a better and more concise way of explaining what's going on, because what you're doing is making yourself look worse when you're trying to make yourself look better. You're doing the exact opposite, people. Quit! Because you're giving me a headache of me just trying to actually research facts here. So, we're going to cover the bull. We're going to cover so many things in this, but it's mostly going to be about funding and trying to get the truth out there. Because, I'm sorry, I doubt very seriously, especially considering FEMA is partially in control and they can't even make themselves look good because they're too stupid to make themselves look good. And if you're with FEMA, I don't care. If you're with the government, I don't care. You are making yourself look like idiots when clear and concise press releases would save you so many headaches. But hey, this is a government. You gotta cover up everything, no matter what it is, even if it's to make you look good. Okay, so let's get into all the bull. Okay, the first thing I'm going to cover, it's a CNBC article. I know it's CNBC, but this isn't a rah-rah Democrat article. This is actually pretty factual. I was in shock. Something that actually is giving some facts. And it's coming from CNBC of all places. Jeez. Well, it's giving me the facts that I need to know. Hurricane Helene could cost upwards of $34 billion, according to Moody's Analytics, leaving Congress and private insurers with a hefty bill to split as the storm ravages the southeastern U.S. This was written Thursday, October 3rd, so this is the 8th that I am recording this. FEMA is currently addressing the Helene wreckage. Okay, we're not even going to go into FEMA. Right now, FEMA is giving me a headache. Okay, one of the things that they cover is, and this is as of 5 days ago, so everything was pretty much done with when this was written. Due to the eroded state of private insurance landscape in some affected areas, Congress may have to foot the bulk of the bill. Uprooted trees, winds of 140 miles per hour, mass flooding ravaged towns and cities in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Tennessee. More than 200 people. Yeah, at this point, it's way beyond that. But estimated that property damage could cost between $15 billion and $26 billion. Resulting economic slowdown could cost $5 to $8 billion in productivity losses. And they're already saying that they were saying in this article, those estimates are most likely low. And they're saying that they also go into in this article, and I'm going to have this so you can read it. I know it's CNBC, but a lot of this is pure fact. At least they had somebody write this that can write pure facts. They say only about 6% of U.S. homeowners have flood insurance. Okay. Most of the areas that were affected were in areas where flooding was pretty much seen as a joke. That's how wild this was. This is how dangerous Helene was. These are areas that, okay, every now and then you get a little bit of rise in water. You don't expect any kind of flooding because it's the mountains. The worst hit areas, yes, you expect flooding in Piedmont, North Carolina. That's an area of North Carolina. You expect it in the flatter areas. The worst hit areas of Appalachia are in the mountains. These are not areas that you're expecting flooding. So there's a reason for that. And it said this that on August 7th, now this is August 7th, FEMA triggered its immediate needs funding status as money ran low in its disaster relief fund. Now, get that. Now, on Tuesday, FEMA got a much needed $20 billion cash infusion after Congress's stopgap funding bill went into effect. Okay, so this is what you've got. These are the facts. The rest of it, a lot of the rest of it is political bull. People talking about stuff, whatnot, but this is the situation on the cost, flood insurance issues, and the rest of it. Okay, this next part that we're going to cover is the budget for FEMA. Fiscal year 2023 budget includes $29.5 billion in total gross budget authority. That's 6,019 positions and 14,789 full-time equivalents for the Federal Emergency Management Agency. So basically, around 21,000 people work for FEMA. Funding level represents an increase of $683.6 million over fiscal year 2022. That's just fiscal year. And for all of this, it's a bunch of wild budget appropriations. Some of it's necessary. Some of it's got you wondering what in the world they're talking about. But Fiscal year 2025 budget includes 33.1 billion in total gross budget authority. There's 6,186 positions, 17,328 full-time equivalents, an increase of 2.5 billion over continuing appropriations act for fiscal year 2024. And they are saying that they are short this year, so they had to get another 20 billion, which I'm going to put in here. Let's see. This is after. Okay, according to New York Post research, since fall of 2022, FEMA has spent more than 1.4 billion on the migrant crisis. In other words, all these illegals crossing the border. And after Mayorkas said that they needed more money, the Department of Homeland Security Inspector General's report from August reveals more than $7 billion remain in emergency funding that could be used for natural disasters. Even though DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas said last week none was available after Hurricane Helene. Mayorkas, 64, told reporters following that. Why did they put his age in there? I'm sorry, I'm just a little confused by that. Told reporters following the devastation of Helene in North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Florida that FEMA does not have the funds to endure more hurricanes this fall. And, hilariously, according to, where is this guy? Here. According to Keith Turry, the acting director of FEMA's Office of Response and Recovery, FEMA absolutely has the money for Helene response right now. Okay, so you're saying that that $7 billion is more than enough to handle Helene, but not enough to handle all the rest, because a lot of these services are not going to be coming through FEMA. The immediate needs are met by FEMA. The rest of it, you've got Department of Transportation cost, which that I can understand may not have the kind of money. Not to mention all of what's going on dealing with the states, what they have to cover, because there's most of the roads that are destroyed are state roads. So they may cover some of it, but this is where we've got problems. They're asking for it, but they keep spending. They spend billions on this. They spend billions in Ukraine. They spend billions in. They've given billions to Iran. But they're having a hard time coming up with the money to deal with all of what's hitting Americans right now. So this is going to be an article. I'm going to even do the ABC 7. This is out of New York, I believe. Yeah, ABC 7 New York, WABC TV. Tried to do a positive piece for Mayorkas and FEMA. But, I mean, it's looking like there's a whole bunch of spending that shouldn't be going on in all this. They're saying that only about 4 million is going to be paid directly to families and individuals. Yeah, that's the next thing I'm going to cover in this video. So, the $750 that Kamala Harris said, oh, this money is going to be there for you. Here's the problem. There are tons of video online. In my Substack, I've got 3 videos that is compilations of the people who have gone online, that have been fortunate enough to get somewhere they can go online, and they're immediately denied. Now, if you do your research, I'm not going to put this in the Substack because uh, it's already like filled up with stuff. People are still saying that they haven't received $750 from Farrell that hit Texas. This is a situation. They're claiming to have this money for people, but it's only being given to people with welfare from what a few of the preparers have said. Some folks are, you know, finding a single computer and is helping others set this up. And unless you're on welfare, in other words, a Democrat voter, you're getting denied the money. So people have lost their houses, are having to find other places to stay if they can find places to stay, because the FEMA response is mostly taking up hotel rooms in the local areas. So people don't have places to stay in their immediate area. And they're being denied the money that all these politicians claim, oh, they're going to get it. This is a situation. It really is. They claim that $750 is there. Ain't nobody getting it. Ain't nobody able to go online and actually get approved for it. So you can claim all you want that it's available. Facts keep speaking for themselves that this is not happening. So that's another area of concern. Here are the facts when it comes to money and FEMA. Fact one, your $750 that they're claiming that you will get for being in need, nope, not going to get it. And even if they claim that you're going to get it, nope, you're really not going to get it. They are, fact two, Mayorkas claimed that they were running out of funding for all the disasters that are happening. Well, one, every single member of the government after that worked hard to walk back that statement. And two of this is there's $7 billion that they claim that they didn't have that they did have. Here's a third issue. We keep sending out billions of dollars to other nations. Not even to other nations, to groups as well. While people in our country who just suffered the worst things that they could suffer. And there's barely any money to help U.S. citizens, taxpayers even. So take that as you will. This is what FEMA is doing with our money. This is what Congress is doing with our money. This is what this administration is doing with our money. I hate making this into a political video. I really do, but this is the truth. It's all been proven. I've got the facts down below in that Substack. You can do additional research. They keep claiming all these fact checks, but it keeps proving that they're liars. That's the problem at the end of the day. They keep attacking us that are trying to tell the truth. Now, you saw me at the beginning of this video. Well, you didn't see me. You heard me and you saw what I have up there, or have in my Substack. Some of the communication that's going on about funding is done because the people handling the press releases for FEMA are idiots. I'm not going to be nice about it at all. And so that's hurting some of the story about what's going on here. But at the same time, you can watch the videos that I have posted in my Substack, and they have what Mayorkas said. I'm not going to go find what Mayorkas said. I'm not going to cut it and put it into this video. It's all out there for people to see, and those videos have it. People who are able to get online, that is, if they can get online. Think about that for a minute. There are people that don't have electricity at their house, don't have internet at their house, and can't get away from their house. Or there are those people who are trying to find somewhere to stay that can't get anywhere to stay because the FEMA agents and other government officials and the press are taking up the hotel rooms so they can't get access to warm showers, a warm bed, and internet, are supposed to be able to somehow connect to get $750 that, even if they're approved, which from the looks of it, they won't get approved, they run the risk of it never even showing up anyway. Keep all that in mind. This is what's happening to tax-paying citizens of the United States, people that are willing to work hard every day to provide for their family. This is what's happening to them. Think about that. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Just what I said. Think about all of this that I've just told you and what I've been able to prove down in my Substack. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.